Bro, you guys are yelling over each other, bro. It's not working. Please, okay? Please.
Can I finish? I have one more question.
Okay.
1 John 3:8 says, "He that committeth sin is of the devil." Is that lying?
That is not lying. That is a.
Now let him explain it. Okay, now you can explain it, James.
Right, but it's like, Perry, you do realize there's clearly context to these verses, right? Like, you can't just read verses on face value and say, well, that's what it means. Then this dummy will be like, well, every verse in the Bible is literal. And then I ask him, okay, wait, so just so I don't misrepresent you, let me ask you this. Is every verse in the Bible 100% literal? He said, absolutely, every verse means what it says. It should be taken on face value. It is all literal. Then I asked the dummy about, what about John the 6th chapter, where Christ said to eat his flesh and drink his blood, and then the people around him thought, this man's crazy, he's teaching cannibalism. So then I asked Perry Green, in this chapter, was Christ being metaphoric with his speech, or is that literal? Because you said every verse in the Bible is absolutely literal. Then he backtracks and says, well, now, you got to get the context. Obviously, it's not literal. But dumbass, you literally said every verse in the Bible is literal and should be taken for face value. But magically, all of a sudden, once I show a verse that undeniably is not literal, now he'll pretend, well, yeah, now that's obviously not literal. But he literally said every verse in the Bible is literal. So again, the guy's just dodging and weaving at this point. He's doing a whole lot of, shuffling around, a whole lot of tap dancing, to get around these hard questions. Because he don't have the answers, right? He don't have the answers for the people. He doesn't have the answers for these questions. And I'll also point out, the video here you're watching was actually from 2020. So about 4 years ago, right? About 4 years ago was when this conversation happened, right? So this cat, thinks that he's some type of, top-level teacher, but yet he's only been studying the Bible for, about 4 years now? Come on, this is just comical.
Please.
Yes, as I've said